How about you? It's still morning. Sun's not even up yet. I think, can you see? I still got the yard lights on. But it's supposed to be 94 today. So we got a lot of work to do. So I want to try to get out here before it gets like, the surface of the sun. Let me show you what we're going to do. I went out of town for a YouTuber's meet and greet up in Alabama. And my father-in-law stayed at the house. Well, my father-in-law can't sit still, so he's always working, which we appreciate. And so he did some stuff in the garden, like this right here. Cleaned up this area here, and what we're going to do is we're going to cut this tree down because it is deader than 3 o'clock. So we're going to cut that tree down. Hopefully it don't land on the shed. I don't think it's going to land on the flower beds. And then he got the blueberry bushes down here. We have muscadines and blueberries. So he cut up all this stuff. So we're going to get that with the grapple. These are all muscadine bushes here. And this year, I think what we're going to do this year is we're going to tear all this down and put them on arbors. This was like this when we bought the property. And we just never really paid attention to it. So I'll bring the grapple down here. I'll get all these yopons off. And so that's muscadines. This, or some people may call them scuplings. Up north you may call them scuplings, but we have a gold and a purple variety. Same thing, muscadines or scuplings. And then these are all blueberries here. So he cleaned up all all this was in that. And the same thing here. These little yopon trees were all in here. So we'll just get the grapple and get them out of the way. But the big task is to cut this tree down without killing ourselves. So I'll go sharpen the chain, get my safety gear on, and get at it before it gets too hot, because I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem. What I'll do is I'll get this back limb first. All the weight's on this side, so there's no lean to it. Pretty straight tree. I'll cut this off first. Just drop it over there. And then I'll drop this right here. I don't think there's a lot of weight to, like these couple limbs coming off. I think they'll be fine. Let's do it. I have the bush hog on the back, but I may end up taking that off just because it's so tight, like working in tight quarters. Definitely going to exchange the pallet forks for the grapple. Now I go get my chainsaw. Got some wedges, my helmet, chaps. We'll be using those. All right, we're hooked up. Now let's just see if she opens and closes. All right, we're in good shape. What I like to do is also like to raise it up as high as I can, or not as high as I can, but high, then tilt it forward and look at the pins to make sure that each quick attach pin is indeed locked into the grapple so that it doesn't fall off. All right, let's go cut down a tree, clean up some brush. Should have had this open already. Sun's still not up. All right, they still fit. You believe that? Need some wedges. Need a hammer. I'm gonna cut that little limb off first. But one thing I've learned about how to measure where a tree will fall, I'll show you this little trick. It's hard to do it holding the camera, but kind of find a straight stick that's I don't know, 3 or 4 foot long, kind of straight too. The straighter the better. Let's see if I can find one. Here, this will work. So you find a straight stick, and you're going to hold it so that the tip of this stick that you see in the screen right now, put that on your cheekbone. So like this, right? You want your arm at a 90-degree angle, and put that stick on your cheek like so. And then you're going to pivot your hand like that so that the stick is straight up and down. And when the tip of this stick is equal with the tip of that tree, that's where the tree's going to land. Let me take my helmet off. So you tilt it up, and I believe it's going to land right here. I'm gonna mark this right here. See how close we get. All right, I'm gonna put a flag on it and see. Let's see if I can find a little yard flag right quick. I can just see how close we get, you know. There you go. Wouldn't that be something if that thing tagged that thing? All right, let's get her cut down. I got the time-lapse camera set up over there, and I'm just going to set this one over here. So I really don't know what kind of shots you guys are going to get, but I'll try to get you the best angle. All right, we got the log. Got the limb down. Now we got to cut the other tree, but I've got to sharpen that chain. I'll be right back. Looks like it's wanting to fall back a little bit. I have to figure that out. got some sawdust in my throat. Let me go get a bigger hammer. Watch out. All right, I misjudged my face cut big time. Not as far as like the depth and the angle and all that, but man, I should have cut it facing this way. Man, don't hire me to deer hunt for you, holy cow. So now it's gonna, so what I'm gonna do, I'm talking about options with Gina, is I might try to get on that side of the fence and use my grapple with like a 2x4 attached to it, and try to move it, because my chainsaw is stuck. And I broke the wedge. I broke one of these wedges here. That's why you do metal wedges, I reckon. But man, why is that not going? Look. I mean, you would think that that hinge is already ready to go. Do I just need more wedges? But you gotta be careful walking around under this stuff, because it could go in any second. Let me... or I'll tell you what else I could do. I could bring my skid steer with my forestry mulcher, mulch that tree down, and then be behind it with my tractor. Let's try that. Or even the forestry mulcher. Okay, here's the plan. I brought the forestry mulcher over here. I'm going to, man, I mean, the face cut's beautiful, but look, it's gonna, there's my white marker over there. How did I get that far off? Nonetheless, I don't know how a professional would make his face cut. So, you know, do they bring your face cut on over? What does a professional do? Do they bring it this way and then try to, you know, make the face cut match where you want it to land after you've already cut it? And if you see the second face cut down here, that's because I'm going above the crotch. So I'm going to cut this down with the forestry mulcher. It needs to come down anyway. And then get behind it, probably with the forestry mulcher. A, it lifts up 11 feet. B, there's a forestry package on that, so that's protected up top, whereas my tractor is not protected. And I'm just gonna try to push it, I think. And even if I hit this fence, it's no big deal. That's just a little segment of a fence. It's not doing anything. But I don't want to hit the sunflowers that she's planting. That would be not good. I can't believe that thing hasn't fell yet. But I can get behind it with the skid steer. Raise that skid steer up as high as I can and just persuade it to come on over. Yeah, it'll go. and it's going to go. They're trying to put down some blocks to try to make it not hit the. It definitely ain't gonna go that far. You know, oddly enough, this is our livelihood right here. You know, we're a flower farm. Just can't make sure I'm not keeping my eyes off this thing because it could go at any second. So how, leave a comment, how would you tackle that besides A, make the face cut in the in the right place in the first time? But like if you didn't have a forestry mulcher or a skid steer to push it over with, how would you correct that face cut? Would you just kind of keep cutting it? Or did I already screw it up by, you know, making the back cut so deep before I realized that the face cut was bad? Also, a rope, maybe a rope, throwing a rope around it, pulling it with a tractor. The only thing I didn't think, I mean, the only reason I don't like that idea is one, I don't have a rope long enough that I think will keep me safe in my tractor. And my tractor is not, like I say, it's got glass and a cab, where the skid steer has the forestry package on it, so that it has the protected roof, the polycarbonate door, Lexan or whatever it's called. So I feel a little more protected inside, a little more metal. All right, we'll get to it here in just a sec. Basically, we got this set up to try to protect the sunflowers. These are sunflowers. So we got these set up so the top of the tree might hit that. And we'll do the same thing on that and protect. But it's going to go off like a bomb when it hits. But maybe that will protect some of it. We should have cut this down before we planted the sunflowers is what we should have done. That would have been the better option. Okie dokie. I'm going to find somewhere to put this camera up that might be a good shot for you guys.
Jesus.
Well, I think we missed the sunflowers, but we missed the blocking and tackling too, the cribbage. Now we gotta get in the tractor with the grapple.
Look how close. Look how close, y'all. The sunflower row starts right there, and we hit some Sweet William, but it's fine. It's a perennial. The yarrow's a perennial, so I'm not worried about it. It's fine. It's a lot better than we were anticipating.
Babe, I was only like 50 yards off. Well, I think we survived the sunflowers. Look at we. Not too awfully bad. What's the damage?
We smashed some yarrow, but it'll come back.
And maybe
some Sweet William. Hopefully it didn't damage the drip tubing. Looks like you got one sunflower.
One sunflower. All right. Well, that's better than people at the Sunflower Festival. Now we got to get in the tractor with the grapple, get it all cleaned up. But we didn't hit the fence, we didn't hit the shed, and we did not kill any sunflowers, which was what we were doing. So let me cut this up. I'm just going to cut it there and probably there. But let's take a look at the hinge. Right there. I mean, it's not a bad cut, right? But I'm obviously going to need some new wedges. That one's cracked too. So I'll get some new wedges. I'll cut this down when I sharpen my... Actually, I might just hit it with the mulcher as far as I can. Alright, let's get it cut up, bucked up. Caught her netting over there. I gotta go fix that. I think I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try to see if I can get that with the mulcher and see if that's faster or better. If I do that though, I need to move the tractor because it shoots it out this way. Got some old drip tubing. Let's try it and see what happens. Gotta pick those piles up. We'll try it. If it don't work, we'll just use it with a grapple. Ain't that big of a deal. I just need to make sure I don't hit these. We call them hose pipes where I'm from, but you guys probably call them garden hoses. I mean, it does it, but it took a little longer than a grapple. And then there's still some chunks and stuff that I need to get that I didn't get. And it's a little rough on my yard or the garden area. So I think I'm just going to stick to the grapple and use it. See, when I was turning around there. So let's just stick to the grapple. Got about one more load after this one. Well, we busted a pipe. So there's a spigot in there. So, and evidently that PVC thing, I did that with the skid steer because I haven't hit it with the tractor. So I've got a pipe to fix. Oh, look. Hey, buddy. Did I disturb your home? Go. Yeah. Anyway, so let's fix that. And, but, you know, 2 broke wedges and a water pipe. Not bad. All right. You guys take care. Watch this video right here. It's pretty awesome. God bless.